Hello everyone, welcome to Bonquisitive Tech Studio. So today we are gonna do a few more illustration, one more use case regarding how agentic applications can actually help you. So one of the things that I wanted to explore is, so we have been already exploring Hermes agent, right? So we have already shown how to install it, how to run it. I have also made a video on Hermes desktop agent. So basically this Hermes agent, usually we run it through terminal, but it can also be run from a desktop application, and how to basically install that and configure it. I have shown one use case where we were doing like using the agent as a research assistant. We did a use case where it was a research assistant for us, right? So not only it searched for the research paper that I wanted, but it also created codes, visualizations, and everything. And the best thing was, like, and at that video we showed, like, you can just directly talk with this agent through Telegram. So it can be like, you are doing a dinner or you are basically going out. You can just instruct the agent to do something from your phone, from your mobile. It will do everything and will provide you, like, it communicate with you through the phone itself, since it can be integrated with Telegram, WhatsApp, or other stuff, right? So one of the things that I wanted to showcase is such other use cases where these agents can become very helpful, and that's why what I was thinking about today's goal. So I am experimenting with this Excalibur, by the way. You can try out again. Not a advertisement or not a sponsor, but this is free. Like, at least the Excalibur directly. I think this Excalibur Plus is a paid thing, but you can freely use the whiteboards. It helps me to kind of think out loud and just to plan and prepare. So I like this Excalibur. So anyway, today's goal. So what I was thinking, so if you are working in any places, marketing is a big aspect. So if you are building your own product, marketing is always something that takes, how would I say, like, that's one of the core thing that makes things difficult for new people, for even for established businesses. How to do marketing and outbound, people struggle. Even me, I have a tech background, I have a research background, I have no background over marketing, but recently I have started building products, and it is hard for me to do market. So I was thinking, like, exactly how we can use agents to help us in marketing. So our goal today is how agents can help in marketing. I like the blue color better. Yeah. So this is what I want to do today. Okay. So let's go to terminal. So again, this is just for anyone. So I'm using a Windows machine, and this is basically Ubuntu running through WSL. You can use the Hermes desktop application as well. Everything will be similar. There's nothing different from this, but I like using terminal. That's why I am here. So first thing first, just do a clear. So it's already cleared, by the way. So I'll do Hermes update. So this is something that I want to also stress. So Hermes and most of the AI agent stuff that you have seen, they are very active projects, and that's why there are a lot of updates coming in, new features coming in. If there is any bugs, they are being resolved very actively. So I would suggest you to always keep updating. Okay, keep updating for your own sake, and for probably there are some bugs, there are some new features that can come handy to you. Okay, so let's first start with Hermes update. So while it updates, just typing Hermes update will actually fetch all the comments, everything there. Yeah. while it updates, I just wanted to showcase the product. So this is a product that I have built, right? So just a month ago or so. This is SkillForge. This is a project product that I was basically working on. So like for Claude Code or for OpenClaw, even for Hermes, basically any agentic harness requires skill files. You might see like there are a lot of skills that Hermes have, right? And it comes with a lot of built-in skills, but if you use Claude Code or Codex or anything, you can build skills on your own as well. Now I was looking into it, and at that time, like even couple of months ago, I saw there's a gap where people who are using like advanced or frontier models, like say for example Codex, OpenAI Codex, or even Opus, or like Claude Code, basically with Claude models like Opus or Sonnet. There's obviously they can directly build the skills there, but at the same time, if I wanted to use slightly cheaper models, I thought like, okay, the actual skills being built are not of that quality. Whereas these skill files are actually very important because they define your workflow. How good your workflow would be dependent by these skills. So, like, if you remember in one of the previous video, we were discussing how the planning should be done by a more advanced model, and then execution can happen with cheaper models which are not that much advanced as well, right? So, similarly, skill files are set of instructions to the agent. It can have planning, it can have some examples, references, a lot of things can be put into skills. And if the skill is very I would say like very good quality, then even a very low quality model, or probably not even local models, like which are probably not as good as bigger open source models or frontier models, even they can do a big variety of jobs if the skills are very good, because skills at the end is basically instructions, right? So this is why I built SkillForge, so that like people do not have to rely on bigger models or through Claude Code or Codex. Anyone who wants a good skill, they can build the skill. But as the time goes on, building skills have become a little bit redundant, in my opinion. That's why I kind of foraged into the skill security part. So again, when you actually look at all the skills that are available, obviously Hermes has like a lot of built-in skills, but you can also create or import skills as well, right? And if you go in GitHub, so there is this Claw Hub and so on and so forth, where you can see a lot of skills available, a lot of skills that might be related to your work, that might actually help you out. But if you are importing these skills, at the end there are a lot of things, executable commands and everything that actually can go in there, right? So I'll come into it more later on, but I felt like there's a security risk. It's not my feeling, by the way. There has been a lot of security vulnerabilities that are found in skills, and it has been exploited a lot. So that's why uh, I wanted to build a security layer for the skill files, and that's where the current development of SkillForge is basically towards. So I am building this scanner. You can upload files, you can upload the GitHub URL and stuff like that, where it will actually scan your skill and find all the vulnerabilities from security standpoint, and also help you to mitigate them. It's not just suggestions that it is giving, but it will help you to mitigate them as well. Anyway, this is like the video is not about my product, right? So it's not about my product. So I just wanted to give you some context on the product itself, so that now when I actually work on the marketing aspect of it with Hermes, you get some idea. Okay, so the update has been going. So there are a lot of things that's came actually. If you see, anyway, it's there are a lot of things that were updated. Few were removed from the manifest as well. Update complete. Okay, yeah, great. Uh, Let me clear the screen. Let me make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it better. Okay, now excuse me. Now, when I actually want to work on the marketing aspect, what do I think? Like, what are the things that we want to do? First thing first is I want to know like whom I can sell this product to, right? So I need leads. If you have any idea of marketing, so there are inbound leads, outbound leads. There are a lot of things, but I just want to know like, okay, I want to who is this for, right? Who do I even search for? So let me actually try to do that first, and I'll use Hermes so that like it's easier for you. So I can obviously do a lot of manual tasks, by the way, for marketing, which is how traditional marketing goes. But I want to use agents and see like how agentic harnesses can actually help me do this job. Okay, so now what do we do? We will give Hermes some brief about what our project is. Okay, so I need to provide some kind of context of what our product does, so that it can understand who would be the actual, like how to position the product, or what kind of people we can look for. So let's start from the very beginning. Let's just give some idea uh, to Hermes. Hello, I'm building a product called SkillForge. It is basically a security layer for agent skills. So right now, as I said, my main focus is not just generating the skills, but the security part of it, and that's where I actually want to focus all of Hermes's focus as well. Okay, so I'm not gonna say like, okay, also see what agents, what skills to build, and so and so forth. I'll focus mostly on the security aspect of it, because that's where my product is also going. I had a lot of development recently, which will also change a lot of look and feel of the actual website, actual product page. Like right now, there's also a equal amount of weightage given to generation, but I'm shifting that right now as we are speaking. Anyway, which is basically a secret layer for agent skills. Okay, let me also try to say like what it does. It uses a bunch of deterministic rules and some LLM based scrutiny and review of files like skill.md, then claude.md, agents.md. So these are different, like there are different conventions, like if you use cursor versus like if you use windsurf, and versus say codex, cloud code. You have these different conventions of how skills are, and I have also like extending this to even other kind of instruction files, like MCP based workflows and so and so forth, like config files, MCP files. Those are something that I'm looking as well. Then for Copilot, I think it was like Copilot instructions.md, something like that, if I am not wrong. You can correct me in comments if I am wrong, by the way. uh, MCP config files. There should be a comma here, yeah. MCP config files. It uses a bunch of deterministic rules and some LLMs based scrutiny and reviews of files like these, etc., to scan for major security vulnerabilities we look for. I just provided some more context. Some of the attack types or these that we are looking for includes prompt injection, command injection. So these are different type of attack that can happen. So people can inject some dangerous prompt, and since your agent is basically kind of following the instructions, it can actually go astray or it can even harm you. Like it can introduce some security risk to your system or to your personal data. Yeah, there are a lot of possibilities actually. Dynamic execution. What else? What else? Network exfiltration can happen. So network exfiltration. So just I'm not gonna provide everything here, but just some etc. Now what I want. So this is just a giving a context to what my product does, right? Now what I want is I want you to. So, what do we want? The first thing that we are actually looking for is who is my target audience, right? So that's what you want to found. Like idea, it's called ICP, I guess, in marketing terms, ideal customer profile. If I'm not wrong, I want you to find out who will be my target customers or ICP, what makes them the perfect candidate for this product. So this is a like a more searching and understanding of what the product does and who will need it most, right? And you I am basically telling Hermes to do that. Now, so this is the first step, but I do not want to stop there, because once it finds out what I want to do, so leads are basically, so it's basically kind of a funnel, right? You might have heard about lead funnel or sales funnel. So firstly, I want to find out the target customers. Then I think what I can do is I wanted to also understand the price point. So right now, initially I had a very simple price point where you can have unlimited generation and unlimited security scans at a price, right? It's a flat fee, it's a one time lifetime free, which it had. And I'm actually moving away from that, because right now my main goal is to look for the security. I'm going for audit scans, and also I'm moving from that and for a more flat audit search, scanning, security, project based pricing. So for that, I think I'm thinking about, let's say, testing with $100 to $200 per the whole security audit and fixing stuff. So if I look at that, who will be actually paying that amount? So I also want that to be filtered in, and I want Hermes to do it. I hope you can relate with this, because you can apply this to your own product, your own services. You might be in service industry, you provide something very specific, and you know what you provide, right? You can refine it, and then you can ask, or even you can ask Hermes to refine it. By the way, I am looking for people or leads who are willing to pay 100 to 200 USD for security, auditing, scanning, fixing, vulnerability fixing at an initial stage. I want you to use this. I want you to use this to filter out the lead profiles or types of people we need to find. Okay, let's go. So again, I am trying to put couple of things. I have provided some context, and I've wanted a filter to use, but it's not necessary that you have to provide everything in one go. You can it's like it's agents can be treated as a chatbot as well, right? So chatbots, the main difference between a chatbot, like say if I use ChatGPT, I can ask it to do some stuff. It has some level of agentic ability. When agentic ability is there, is basically searching. Web searching is an action that it can take. So it's slightly agentic, right? So it can at least do or write even on a file. So it's slightly agentic, but then it doesn't have all the information and everything. So but it, our own agent, our own Hermes, they can be treated as a chatbot as well, where it doesn't have to go in every, like all the information doesn't have to go in at single time. I can converse with it, okay, and based on the conversation I can get better at what I'm trying to basically what I'm trying to do, and let the agents do its best job, because instructions are everything, as I as I'm telling you. Like bad instruction means bad output. Once in so like 5 6 years ago, when the data science part was like more heavy and I had a background in data science, we used to say something, garbage in garbage out. And this was very popular because let's say we were training a model, a machine learning model or a deep learning model on a particular data. If the data that we are training with, if it is bad, then the model, like you can train it for say like 1,000 times and everything. Like uh you can train the model as much as you want, but the output will still not be good if the input data is bad. Similarly, if the instructions are not good enough, so you need to specify, and you do not need to do it at one turn. You can do it iteratively as well. Anyway, it has already provided a lot of information. Let's go in and see what it has done for us. So here's the full ICP analysis for SkillForge based on market research, competitive landscape mapping, and your $100 to $200 price point. So market context needs static or pre-deployment scanning of agent configuration file, essentially uncontested. Here's why that matters. So there are AI security tools. Yeah, obviously there is LLM Guard. I have heard of it. Lakera Guard, Rebuff. They are doing runtime detection, scan input output at inference. There's Nemo guardrails, Calypso AI, Arthur runtime monitoring and guardrails. Yeah, Sneak, Checkmark, Socket.dev, General Code SCA. Don't understand agent configs. Protect AI models, scan ML models. Exactly. So we are, there are already a lot of checkpoints in terms of like whether a model can go wrong or not, but usually not in the agent config or skill files. Manual red teaming, trail of beads, hazeless, 25,000 to 200. And this is, by the way, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So usually security teams actually charge a lot for per engagement. So that's why I want to do not go up to that range, because I'm starting out. I also wanted to uh, improve my product as well. You see, like I'm trying to build it in public, right? So I'm building this particular product in public, pushing updates and everything. And I know like there might be some particular edge cases that I might be missing, a particular attack surface that I'm missing. And that's why I want the initial customer to actually help me, because you only do it when you only can improve it once you actually deal with actual security issues, right? So until and unless it is battle tested, and battle testing happens through usage. So once there are some teams that I work with, they would provide me with their actual production files, config files, and everything. We will work together to kind of scan them, fixing the security issues, and that's how I also know what are the different types that can come in. I've already done like a lot of analysis on skill hub skills and a lot of like other skill files that are publicly available, but not always production teams are using it. Anyway, so what nobody does: static analysis, agent supply chain security, pre-deployment security posture, scoring for agent configs, affordable self-serve agent config auditing. Okay, we are building Sneak for AI agent, shift left security for the agentic config layer. ICP1, AI agent framework developers or platforms. Okay, so they are framework maintainers, skill marketplace operators, developers of Hermes agent, Cloud Code skills, open cloud. Exactly. So this is for the people that I actually build it, right? So people who actually use these things, a Hermes agent, Cloud Code, and open cloud, and all of these things, but they are slightly, I would say, like they are not hobbyist, like they are not using it for hobby, but more for actual work, because that's when you start worrying about the security part as well. Agent as a service platform, Repli, Devin, okay. MCP server registries, why they care, buyer persona. So this is something that I actually want. This buyer persona, head of security, trust, safety lead, platform engineering lead, okay, team size, budget authority, at least 500 to 5,000 per month for security tooling. We ship skills plugins from community contributors, have no automated way. Exactly. ICP2. So it has given me like a few type of customer profiles, right? And uh, why they would actually want my product, which is actually very helpful. Okay, I'll actually need to go through it in more detail. But now let's do with this tier 1 ICP 3 4. Okay, highest conversion probability. And they also see where to find these leads, right? Individual skills, I say 4. Okay, now I'll go into more detail later on, but what I wanted to showcase you is how you can use Hermes in a real use case, right? And for that, what we would do is we would try to do some actual find leads. Okay, so it's still theoretical, right? It's just customer profiles. So let's just say I agree with you. What I want next. So again, you right now I am skipping actually going through it. I'll actually go through it in more details later on. But you need, when you are actually using it in your product, do actually do the hard work and go through it. Because there would be a lot of details that you might want to refine. Like, I'm not saying whatever Hermes is saying, it would be like 100% correct. At the end, it's an agent, right? So underhood, basically Mimo V2.5. This is the model that is basically running. So I'm not saying this would be like 100% correct, but it would help you to actually accelerate your research, accelerate your work as an founder, as a developer, or as a marketeer. I agree with you. What I want next is to what to write. Actually find the personnel, find the people. Let's make it simpler. Find the people who can be potentially lead. I then want you to use the ICP profiles, ICP that you created, and their budget constraints or their roles and position to classify. So what I want to do is classic. So it's a funnel, right? So all the people that it can find. Say for example, it is saying me like, okay, you can go for people who are individual agent developers. Now that's a community, or that's a, even if you think of it like a title. So there are so many agent developers who to actually reach out to. I have to say, narrow my search, right? And that's why it's called funnel, because you start big, but then you start narrowing down, narrowing down, narrowing down, so that you basically, because you can't reach out to 10,000 people, but you can reach out to say 100 or even 20 or 30 people, right? You want to be wanted, if you want a qualifying, or I would say like a qualified lead is one way to put it. So you want qualified leads. So hot leads, also people say hot leads, and you want a very personal fine-tuned message going out to them, or outreaching basically, that should go towards the quality leads. If you do it for thousands of people, you can't do it with quality. Quality leads or hot leads. And I want you to build a list of them, if possible, find their position, contact details as well. You can write them in a CSV file. So this is something also important. You want, if it is finding something, finding some information, we want it to be stored somewhere, so that like we can use it later as well, right? And again, as an agent, it has the ability to interact and actually do actions, take actions. So it should be an easy task for it in a CSV file. Lastly, so this is the last part, is once you qualify them, once you have like say 20-30 people, you want to outreach, you want to reach out to them, right? You want to reach out to them, but you do not want to sound very generic. You want them to be feel special, like you have actually searched for them, you have looked into their profile, what they do, why they would actually need you. So what I want to do is, lastly, I want personal, fine-tuned outreach intro message for each of them. Let's search the quality leads, rank them based on our criteria, and just store the top 10 in the CSV file with their information, which was this name, title, contact details, and the outreach intro message that I can send. So I am actually making it very easy for me. So like if I am building it on my own, not only I am doing the search, like the agent is basically doing the search for me. It is also like actually trying to understand, because there's a brain, right? It knows my product, it knows the filter that I'm setting in. So who would be the perfect person that I should pitch to? So it's also doing a ranking, and after that, so basically both classification of quality leads as well as then a ranking system, sorting them up, so that I do not store everything, I store only the top 10, let's say. And then for all these top 10, I also want this in personalized message, right? So let's try to do this. Hopefully this can be done. And The best thing about this agentic approach, what I wanted to showcase, and this is something that I'm doing live with you guys, by the way, so it's not like I have done this before pre-rehearsed. I have obviously reached out to people, but I have done everything manually. But yeah, as you know, like agent can do a lot of work that you were doing it, and Hermes is very good, like as an agent harness, it's very good because it can remember stuff. It keeps everything in its memory. So what it can also do, and let me also start writing it, by the way. Once it's actually doing stuff, as you can see, you can either interrupt it, you can queue a message as well. So queuing is basically once the agent starts at a, like, it comes at a stable position, that message will be sent only then. So it's queued basically. Or even you can steer the conversation. If you think like the angle that the agent is going, the track that it's taking, you do not like that, you want to steer the conversation in a different direction, that you can do as well. Just use that comments, like if you want to steer, you just do a slash steer and then you put the message, right? So you can do that. What we will do, a queue. Yeah, just queue a message. What I'll say is, I want this whole operation or whole workflow to be saved in a memory, fine tuned for my product SkillForge. So you can save it as in a memory as a skill as well, but I'll let it decide whether it want to. So even like as I told you, right? So even Hermes also uses skills, and you can see like which skills it has, the actual description, like what that skill does and everything. So it is doing a lot of things. I want the whole operation to be saved in the workflow so that it already knows what to do, because right now it is also figuring out, like it is actually searching things. It will probably take some time to understand like how to classify hot leads or quality leads. So it is doing little bit of exploration right now. But what I want is, once it is done, it's done with its exploration, it kind of saves the workflow as a skill or as a reusable portion, so that I can readily use that next time. And I want to do it next time, because leads and marketing, it's a continuous interaction. It's not like I want to do it today and that's it. People who are involved with marketing, they know, like if you reach out to 100 people, probably one or two people would respond. And then even if 100 people are responding, then you are probably like conversion chances of conversion can be like 4 5% or even less than that. So it depends on the product, obviously, and how rich that leads are, how much like value providing quality leads they are, right? And that's why this whole operation, it's very much subjective in a way, but at the same time LLMs can be used for it. Let's take a water break. But anyway, what I wanted to showcase is I can also tell it to fine tune for my product SkillForge. uh, you can create a skill or whatever you like to save the workflow. Let's say the successful workflow, so that I can reuse, so that I can reuse it, and you can also create a cron job. So what is cron job? Cron job is nothing but like you want this workflow to be run, let's say this is a whole workflow, right? Actually searching for leads, then like actually doing a classification whether there are a quality leads or not, then searching for their contact address and everything, and then basically writing a personalized message or intro message to them, like how to reach out to them. So this whole pipeline, you probably want to do it every day. You do not like the agent to say, like, every day you do not want to come to the agent and say like, okay, do this for me, okay, do this for me, like this. Okay, so that's why excuse me, what you can do is you can actually ask it to create a cron job. Cron job means if your machine is running at a certain interval, at a certain time, it can run a particular job autonomously. So you can set it as per, like, say every day at 9 a.m. Say for example, or you can also set it per interval, like every 15-minute interval or every 6-hour interval, whatever you want, based on the task at hand. So for me, like if I want to do this marketing activity, I can do it daily, right? So I can my base time would be probably morning. So let's say you can also create a cron job so that it runs daily from now on, or you can do it weekly as well, whatever you want. Like cron job is like the actual expression, so it's a regular expression that you can use, and you do not even need to previously we used to do regex search and everything, but now you can just ask the agent to set it for you. Okay, there's a comment, that's why it's asking me to also like, this is also good, by the way. So if it is taking some action and if it can be harmful or not, so that's why it's asking like, okay, whether okay, there's a script execution, by the way. So it has written some Python script, and that's why it's asking me whether, oh, I did not denied it anyway. I probably just clicked the wrong place anyway. So I did not wanted to deny it, but yeah, it already has everything. Uh, yeah, I do not have to queue it now because it is already like returned with the message and everything. Let's remove the queue part so that it runs daily from now on. I can message it. Yeah, and let's see what it has done. CSV is well formed and complete. Here's your deliverable. So it has created a file for me. It has created a .csv file for me. And then it has found a few people that I can reach out to. I'll probably blur these names because I do not want people to like start reaching out to them as well. Anyway, outreach strategy by tier. So for few people, you can do this, that. Okay, looks good. Okay, yeah. And now if you see, I have asked it to like create a cron job, and it says good call, let me build both a reusable skill that encodes this entire workflow and a daily cron job that hunts for fresh leads automatically. So skill created. Now let me set up the daily cron job. So you see, this is how a marketing activity, something that a lot of people can relate to, because a lot of people, they're trying to build products or they're working as a marketing intern or anywhere in a company. So you know like how important this task is, right? You can relate to it, and you can do it very easily with Hermes agent, as you have seen. I have been talking to you for a long time, but it took me less than half an hour, right, to basically build everything for me. And you can also do like, you can also fine tune it to your own product, to your own needs. You may not be searching for leads, but if you want something very specific, and it can do it for you, right? It's saying like it will create the leads, so it will be creating new lead files basically. Okay. Memory is tight, let me compress an existing entry to make room. Okay, so it is so the memory files are being full. It's gonna all done. Here's what's been created. So it has created a skill, SkillForge lead gen. So it has created a new skill altogether, which resides in Hermes skill. So if you go to skills, by the way, you would see like there are a lot of skills, built-in skills into Hermes. If it can, it will actually use those skills as well. What it does: full ICP definition, 3 source search methodology, 4 factor scoring model, 4 outreach message templates, CSV format spec, daily workflow protocol, pitfall guides. Great. And you can by the way tune it. Like it's not like set in stone. You can obviously fine tune it as well. You can improve it if you think like something is not working. You want to probably expand the search criteria or define it somehow. You can do all of those stuffs. Going forward, every morning at 9:30 a.m. IST, the cron fires. It loads the skill for lead gen, skill for methodology, searches for new agent skill creators, security researchers, platform operators, scores and ranks them, updates this CSV file. That's what I want, right? Saves them daily snapshot. And yeah, great. It has done my job. And yeah, so that's how it goes. So let me know if you have any questions, anything that I can help you with. The takeaway again, you do not have to use Hermes, but any agentic harness will do. Hermes is something that I'm showing because not only it has been become a lot popular packages are also like this, at least for open source packages. You get a lot of activity right? So if there are any vulnerability or anything, it will be patched very soon. So that's why if for open source community, if something is popular, then it's good. Popular means it's working, as well as like more people are using it, more people are contributing to it. And not only that, but Hermes is a very easy to start with. Like it doesn't have a lot of learning curve. That's why I'm showing through it. But yeah, if you can create everything on say Cloud Code, right, or Codex, something like that. You can use those harnesses as well. They are locked into a certain type of models. I have Codex plan actually, the ChatGPT Pro plan, I guess. Yeah. So I have already have that, and I use Codex sometimes. But at the end, I go to Hermes because I like to experiment with different models at different times, which Cloud Code doesn't help me usually. So there are ways to kind of hack that, but I do not want to go towards that portion. But yeah, so you can do this with any agent harness and something like that, which is very useful for you, and that's when it's valuable, right? When it's actually of use. So this is a practical use case for agents. Let me know what you think. And yeah, if you have any feedback, by the way, for my own product, I'll also take that. So let's see you soon again. Bye bye.